Welcome to the bold analysis. Kenya Kwanza regime, led by President William Ruto and the whole police fraternity, is not with the people of Kenya in demanding justice for late OJWAN'G. They are not with the people of Kenya in quest to demand justice. And in this podcast, I want to show you and demonstrate to you that OJWAN'G's killers are spending midnight oil with lawyers to manufacture one narrative after the other. And so it is important for the state not to have control of the narrative around OJWAN'G. Kindly subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell, and like our videos. But then let me tell you, what I'm going to show you, what you're going to see in this video can make you angry. And let me tell Governor Wanga, I've listened to Governor Wanga saying, we are demanding justice, and she believes even the president is saying the same thing.
We had just come from Homa Bay. Adui said it here. We had a wonderful function. Very successful Madaraka Day. It did not take 4 days. Did not take 5 days before a young man from Homa Bay by the name of Albert OJWAN'G found himself in the hands of rogue police who ended up murdering him. What do we call that? From Homa Bay. We had just come from Homa Bay. This young man, also now from Homa Bay, suffering in the hands of rogue police. And what I'd like to say has already been said. We want justice expedited. We don't want it by word. And we have seen people being taken, being arrested, being charged. What we want is to be told what Kenyans are looking for. Who orchestrated this murder? Who murdered this young man? For what reason was this young man murdered? And these people must be brought to book and must be brought to justice. This must happen. And this we will say, I am sure even the President of the Republic of Kenya has said the same thing. Baba Raila Amolo Odinga has said the same thing. Everybody is looking for justice. Because I can assure you there was no way anybody knew what was happening to the young man. Everybody wants to know what happened to this young man. And all of us are united in that. All of us are united in seeking justice for OJWAN'G. And I spoke, even when we lost Mheshimiwa Were, I spoke about it. We need not lose any life.
No, Wanga. The president and his team are not interested in justice. What is happening around the case, the murder of OJWAN'G, is very saddening. And it's showing us the police are playing games with the public, burning midnight oil. And I want you to look at this. When OJWAN'G died, the information came on Sunday. The first account with this SITREP, situation report, that was written by the officers from Central Police Station to IG was that OJWAN'G had banged his head on the wall of the cell wall. And they kept on saying, since he died last week, they kept on saying he was in his cell alone. Then when Kenyans asked questions, they found out that was not working. Then he said he was found unconscious. After the autopsy report came out, what the country came to realize is that he had bruises all over the body. And then that was to mean that he was tortured. Now today, of course, Friday and Thursday, the security bosses appeared in Senate and the National Assembly respectively to give the account of what happened. DCI Amin and Kanja are speaking one voice that Albert was brought in Central Police Station when he was fine. Today, this is what IPOA is telling the country.
Katili ya mwanablogu na mwalimu Albert Ojwang unaendelea kushika kasi baada ya mamlaka ya kuchunguza utendakazi wa polisi ya IPOA kuwakamata washukiwa wengine watatu wanaodaiwa kuhusika katika mateso na mauaji yake akiwa korokoroni. Watatu hao ambao walikuwa mahabusu katika kituo cha polisi cha Central wakati Ojwang alipofikishwa, sasa wanazuiliwa katika vituo tofauti vya polisi vya Kilimani, Mudhangari na Kileleshwa. Kwa mujibu wa uchunguzi, inadaiwa kuwa maafisa wa polisi waliwatumia mahabusu hao kumtesa Ojwang hadi kufa. Haya yanajiri huku IPOA ikiendelea kuokoa picha za kamera za CCTV ambazo ziliharibiwa kwa lengo la kuficha ushahidi. Uchunguzi umebaini kuwa sehemu kubwa ya picha hizo zimepatikana na zinachukuliwa kuwa muhimu sana katika uchunguzi unaoendelea. Washukiwa hao Jean Amitou Abwao, Collins Karani Ireri na Brian Mwaniki Njue wanatarajiwa kufikishwa mahakamani Jumatatu pamoja na mkuu wa kituo cha Central Samson Talama anayezuiliwa katika kituo cha polisi cha Lagat. Wakati huo huo, IPOA inawasaka maafisa wawili wa polisi waliorekodiwa kwenye CCTV wakimpeleka Ojwang katika hospitali ya Mbagathi akiwa tayari amefariki. Wakati uchunguzi ukiendelea, familia ya marehemu Albert Ojwang inaendelea kushinikiza haki itendeke. Mjane wake Nevenina Onyango alielezea jinsi alivyokuwa na wasiwasi alipoongea naye kwa simu wakati akihamishwa kutoka Homa Bay kupelekwa Nairobi, akisema kuwa sauti yake ilikuwa ya hofu.
Albert was asking if he was safe because he wasn't sure if he's okay in the police cell. So I want everybody that if you have a mistake and like you've been arraigned to the police officers, you feel safe because we are paying taxes and these people are supposed to protect us. They're not supposed to harm us.
Maswali yangu bado yako pale pale. Yale niliuliza wakati akishikwa. Mashtaka ni yapi dhidi ya kijana wangu? Na mlalamishi ni yupi? Kinachosababisha kijana wangu kutolewa nyumbani mpaka Nairobi, makosa gani yana uzito wa kiasi gani ya kuwezesha mtu wangu kutolewa nyumbani, kuletwa, hatimaye kuuawa?
Tuache mchezo. Tuache mchezo. Actually, tuache mchezo. You know, some of these things can even make you go mad. Tuache mchezo. Tuache mchezo. Tuache mchezo. The same story cannot change. I can promise you tomorrow, by tomorrow we will be speaking another story. A different language. Here is a story about how Ojwang was beaten by some inmates. For the whole week tumekuwa tumeambiwa alikuwa peke yake. I have some questions here. Kwani first this cell only had 3 inmates. Maybe. But and they've paraded even the names. Are these inmates or hired goons or assassins who were supposed to beat him? Okay, one thing they are confirming is that alipigwa. Hawa wenye wana parade kwamba alimpiga, are they people that were hired to do the work? Na kama walimpiga mwenzao, mbona hawakushikwa? Si wanafaa kushikwa, wabaki hapo. This takes me to what I keep on saying, and I will still repeat it. Whether you tell the country it is police, whether you will tell us that it is a sweeper who works in Central Police Station, or there is a manamba you hired somewhere, or whoever you tell us, there is a line I keep on saying in this podcast, and I know most of you believe in me, that probing death is just find out, kuuliza swali. Hawa watatu wenye mnasema walimpiga, Ojwang aliwakosea? No. Ojwang aliwajua hata walijua Ojwang? The answer is no. So what does it lead to? It leads to this. They were acting on whose orders? Yani that question of orders. They were acting on behalf of who? You know, whether useme ni Central Police, whether useme ni sweeper wa Central, whether useme ni inmate, whether useme ni nani, it doesn't matter. The bottom line is this: the deceased hakukosea hata hawa inmates. So if watu ndio walimpiga ndani ya cell, it is only the police who know they are inmates. And if that was the point, hata kama mmetumia inmates, si mngeacha CCTV? Yes. The CCTV guy is saying he was called kwamba atampa na hiyo kitu. Aliulizwa kama anaweza delete. Only later to realize that kumbe mtu alikufa kwa hiyo cell. So, kama ni inmates, why did you have them just to protect inmates? And then inmates wanampiga alafu wanatolewa. Come on. I'm paying attention to that story, and let me tell you, these are stories ajaba. Why are we playing with justice? Why don't we just serve justice, at least for once? Just for this Mzee and Albert's wife. I've listened to their voice. I like their stand. Mzee's stand is, and I think if there are lawyers hanging around Mzee, those lawyers are doing the right job. The main question is, yule ambaye mtoto wangu, and I think that is what I'm saying in this podcast. That's the question. Why are we playing with people's mind? And in fact, there is another one here called IPOA. That's another joke. Big joke. That IPOA is a big joke, by the way. I was believing them from the Thursday when Anne Wanjiku, the vice chair, told us about how this thing happened. I believed them. But if they can also buy such nonsense, and again, there is a caution I need to make. And this caution goes to us in the media spaces. It is high time we don't give the state the monopoly of running these narratives. Yes, Citizen have done that story. I think what must follow such a story is an in-depth analysis, asking these questions I'm asking. Remember, the people watching news at home, they was just watching the 3-minute news item. And then they go move on with other things. And then they take that story. And I think when we are packaging our news stories, we should put these questions, we should put these disclaimers. However, the police never said this. However, this is a different account from what was said this and this, so that people can buy it. Otherwise, watu wanasikia hizi ma stories za jaba. Na kwa watu wengine zinakaa ukweli. IPOA gave a press briefing on Saturday. Mbona hawakutuambia? Yes. Why didn't they ever say this? Mbona tunacheza na akili za watu? Like surely. Yani, mimi, tangu nianze kufanya analysis, hakuna yenye imeniudhi kama hii. Like, come on. 7 days. This Albert died on Saturday night last week. Today is Sunday. 7 days later is when now the information is coming kwamba, ilikuwa inmates. If it was as simple as inmates, si mngewasema tu mnamsema na watafuta. And then these are inmates who did the job then disappeared. So who left them free? Then what is being branded as inmates are just procured killers. A procured squad. And there is something that we are driving at. We are then coming to realization that, number one, we'll agree that now let's leave alone those DCI officers wenye alishika Albert. Tuachane na hawa. Hapa Central, hapa ndio mambo iko. And at this rate, I think it is premature to absolve the OCS from the mess. It is a bit premature. Sababu hata inasemekana yule that James Mukwana who has the key, alimaliza shift yake 6. Sasa bado alikuwa anabaki nini kifunguo ya cell. And if you want to know, we are jokers. You see the CCTV from Mbagathi? It is some 2 police officers hapo wanatafutwa, hawajui mali wako. Ito wamepotea. This story can make someone go mad. And let me tell you, this donji story, this things we keep on twisting and spinning just shows one thing, that the state is not with the people of Kenya in demanding justice. They're not. Whoever is saying that William Ruto anataka justice, no, he doesn't want. Because hata mali amekaa state house kisikia sasa anasema hao wanasema nini? As in, how do police want to come and tell Kenyans that someone anashikwa, anaenda jela, anaenda inmate, alafu inmates wanampiga, after kumpiga hao inmates wanatolewa, yeye anabaki hapo. Let me tell you, if that was the case, our inmates wangetumika, wangempiga, after kumpiga wangeachwa hapo washtakiwe. If otherwise, then these are protected inmates. Inmates who do the work after kupiga mwenzao, then wanatolewa. Because allegedly now they've been arrested. And now look at the narrative. I want to, and do you know one thing is happening is this. Someone is creating a narrative that someone from somewhere. With this kind of strategy, it's hurting Kenyans most. Yani tuache ujinga lakini. Hizi ni mchezo. Yes, hizi sasa ni mchezo. The masses will believe what opposition is saying.
Finally, this issue of Albert Ojwang is just a tip of the iceberg. Hundreds of young people have been tortured to death by a special squad of 101 officers that was set up on the instructions of William Ruto and seconded to NIS and Anuddin Haji and trained highly on abductions, torture and killings and cover-up. Hii tu ni vile tu imeponyoka hii ya Ojwang. Wengi sana wamekufa. And William Ruto cannot run away from these deaths. He is responsible. And Kenyans will punish him for that. That case of Ojwang is there is a cover-up. Aipoa, hawa watu, Ruto ndiye ameweka hapo. IG ni mtu yake. DIG ni mtu yake. DCI ni mtu yake. Hata DCI alienda bunge. Akadanganya bunge ya kwamba ati alipelekwa akiwa uhai, akakufa akiwa mikononi mwa daktari. CCTV imeonyesha alifika amekufa. Akaketi hapo 24 minutes wakingoja tu because he is already dead. So that DCI must be prosecuted. That DIG must be prosecuted. And this is just a tip of the iceberg. And we are appealing to the international community to step in Kenya. The level of impunity by William Ruto, he has compromised all oversight bodies. The opposition has been swallowed. Ile ya Raila. Parliament is compromised, with except a few leaders there. So international community must come in through for the people of Kenya to tell William Ruto, no, this is impunity, it's unacceptable, you cannot continue.
Because of how the government is behaving. Yes, they will believe what Ken Ragadi is saying. The cover-up is now too obvious. It's too open. It's too predictable. With the way things keep on changing, the cover-up is too predictable. Then the second issue I'm seeing here is there is clearly someone being protected. I don't know who that person is. I don't know. I don't know that it's the OCS. I don't know that it's the DIG Lagat who's the complainant. I don't know what exactly is going on. But someone is protected and people are procuring killers from somewhere to come and just protect. The big question still remains. Who facilitated the inmates wapige mwenzao alafu wao wasishtakiwe? Ama nataka kuambia walipiga mwenzao wakatoroka? Walipiga mwenzao wakatoroka? Hajakuwa kishuka all along. And then why has it taken you 7 days? I know somebody will say investigation has revealed. Why has it taken you 7 days to arrive at that? As in, come on. Me personally, I'm not buying this story. Whatever, the people called assassins are just killers. It's possible walimpiga kwa cell. But if they are not people within the security ranks, then these are civilians. Then even if they are civilians, they were hired civilians. Mbagathi CCTV footage that showed Albert arrived already dead was a game changer in this case. And people had to go back to drawing board. Now, you must look at the context. On Saturday night, the Mbagathi CCTV came out and it was the talk of the town on Sunday. Then ikifika Sunday jioni, now arrests have been made and now the story is changing. It's because of that CCTV footage. The narrow line that someone instructed inmates, that some inmates beat up Albert, and then inmates were not charged. They even left scot-free and now had to be rearrested, is showing and demonstrating that the state is not with the people of Kenya in quest for justice. They are not. I don't know how someone is even supposed to defend all this. And unlike mainstream, us, we report what it is, but we must also interrogate. But I've seen Citizen doing some panelist interviews, good, and they were really discrediting that nonsense. Thank you.